It's Graham
and Ashkahn.
It's Graham
and Ashkahn as you do.
We're traveling together, answering the float tank problems. Graham
and Ashkahn.
It's Graham
and Ashkahn.
We're answering the float tank problems, cleaning all your salt for you.
And Oh, sorry. All right, welcome to today's episode. This is Ashkahn
of the Graham and Ashkahn show. Yeah, and this is Graham of those. And today's question is, I have a lot of contacts coming in from Yelp. Should I pay for Yelp ads?
A lot of contacts coming in from Yelp, like a lot of customers coming in from Yelp?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's unclear. I assume they meant Yelp contacting them, but either way, I think we can answer this one.
I definitely can relate to lots of Yelp contacting you.
Yeah.
They're pretty relentless. Like, I feel like it's like Christmas morning. I'm like, oh, who's calling me? And I pick up. It's like, yeah, just Greg from Yelp here.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
and
just wanted to connect, see if you may be interested in some Yelp ads.
I guess the other side of that is we do actually get a lot of contacts, at least going to Yelp to look us up and look at the reviews and hitting our website from there. So
definitely.
They do direct a fair amount of contacts our way, too.
Yeah.
But they do that without paying them for advertising as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Yelp's platform. I mean, Yelp is definitely a thing that I think a lot of people look at, especially for something kind of strange, like going to a float center when they're like, is this going to be weird? Is it kind of expensive? Stuff like that. At least here in the U.S. or maybe like U.S. and Canada, Yelp seems to me much less important in other places. Or when I travel to other countries, like it's just, there's way less activity going on in Yelp.
For sure. Yeah. Shockingly so if you're actually used to using that as one of your review sites when you're here in the States. People are just totally confused when you mention it. You find like one business in the entire city that's on there. Yeah. So we don't actually use Yelp ads. We used it for a very brief period of 3 months accidentally. Actually, I'm responsible for that. I think they called and I was in the middle of another conference call. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I gotta go. And I think I accidentally signed us up and then didn't realize until 3 months later they were billing us. So we do actually have a little bit of experience paying for Yelp ads, although not the most pre-planned marketing strategy there. And we didn't personally see results coming in that were higher or more significant or a big upturn in customers or in reviews or anything like that coming in as a result of our personal Yelp ads over a few months.
So what are these when people are paying for ads? That's just when you do a search result, because you see them in there, right? If you're searching for something, then usually the top two things, or sometimes it's like peppered in the kind of top 10 list.
Yep, and they'll also actually put you on competitors' things too. So if when someone's going to look at like the Float Shop reviews of on Yelp, they could see a little Float On ad on the Float Shop page with usually one of our positive reviews. So it'll be like, oh, and Float On got 5 stars. Look at this.
It'd be a little weird if they were just like, don't go to this other place. Like,
but it's pretty much, it's not entirely what the ads are, but that is
if they
one
put
of the
a bad review for our place as an advertisement.
Oh, so I think they only use the positive reviews.
I'd imagine they'd have to have some sort of algorithm making sure that.
Otherwise, that's super awkward. Yeah. What are you paying for? So we've also talked to other float centers, and the general consensus is that a lot of places have not gotten a ton out of their time with Yelp ads.
I think doesn't paying get you a few things, like you can upload certain photos to your Yelp page and stuff like that?
Yeah, and you can, I think, control the order of the photos as they'll appear on Yelp. You get a little more control over how you appear to the public on just your Yelp listing. Is what I've been told. When I was trying to figure out how to change our default profile image on there, that's what they said is pay for ads and we'll talk about it kind of thing.
Okay.
So, the overall response that we've heard has not been great. That's not to say that there aren't centers out there somewhere that are advertising with Yelp who are loving it and doing a great job. And if you're out there and just killing it with Yelp ads, let us know. And let us know if there's some special features you're turning on or something like that. But so far, at least with my experience doing consulting on marketing, it hasn't been one of the things that people say. And in fact, if you look at the 2017 industry report, Yelp is not one of the platforms that's on there as what's worked most effectively for anyone, even as a write-in.
Yeah, and I mean, it might just be that really what you're trying to do is get people to realize floating exists, come in, try it, stuff like that. Like, you're like taking floats customers away from someone who's considering looking at another float center is maybe not like the biggest thing that's going to move the needle for you.
Yeah, and without knowing too many details about exactly who their target audience is or what businesses they work really well for, my instinct is that they do better for restaurants or something where there's just hundreds of this type of business in a city and where you're really deciding on, hey, I'm going to go to dinner tonight. What restaurant should I hit up? Or even what Thai food restaurant should I hit up, right? As opposed to a float tank, which is something you don't need to do 3 times a day. Like there are certain activities that are
like if you type in float or float tank or float center into Yelp, like there in the listing is going to be probably every float center around you, right?
Right. You're not going to get to page 2 unless you're in Vancouver, BC or something. So, it could just be, again, that we're not that type of business that works really well with Yelp ads, and that's why centers haven't been seeing as much of an uptick as a result. So I would say your money, and this is not just Yelp, but I would say your advertising money, if you're looking for an online platform to throw money into, is best spent with Facebook. And the industry report seems to back that up. Conversations with other float centers seem to back that up. It seems just the ROI, the return on value for every dollar you put into Facebook is better in terms of online advertising than other platforms that people are using by a significant amount too.
But if you're lonely and you're looking for somebody to talk to, then I'd say get on Yelp's radar, and they'll probably call you every day, and you'll have someone to talk to for a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe the question should be, how do I stop Yelp salespeeple from calling me? Which good luck.
Change your
telephone number.
Witness protection program.
Because we haven't found out how to stop them, that's for sure. So good luck.
Yeah.
And again, if you're out there and you are using Yelp ads, let us know. Let us know how it's going. We're curious. Don't do like I did and try to get them off the phone by accidentally signing up. That's not it's not always the best strategy, I guess. And if you have other questions about online advertising or anything at all, really, go to floatanksolutions.com/podcast.
And we will answer them.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.